Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, you're getting audio. Audio is clear. All of you. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. So, welcome to this special session, which is a part of Unacademy Summit. Okay, that is for UPSC Civil Services examination. This is related to choosing your optional subject, and that is particularly geography. Okay, this is one of the most important segment of your entire preparation for UPSC Civil Services exam. Okay, so as you are attending this one of the most important initiative and first of its kind, that is Unacademy Summit 2020 for Civil Services. This is for 3 days. Today it started. It was launched by former President of India, and it will be for 26, 27, and 28th. Okay. And here you will be guided by the educators and prominent personalities. Okay, you can ask the doubts related to your preparation, and also you will be coming to know about what are the experiences of the serving officer and also those who have served and retired from the services, so you can plan accordingly. So this you should be taking the advantage of this. Keep on attending the classes, keep on attending the session. Okay, and accordingly plan. If you are in first year graduation, second year graduation, third year graduation, you still have time to take the civil services as one of the important career option for you, which is not only going to decide about your job security. You might have learned from many officers today that what kind of sense of satisfaction is attached with civil services. No job, I'll not say job, no kind of service is there in India which can be equal to civil service. Okay, so I have been teaching for civil services last 15 years. This is my 15th year in coaching the civil services students, and I have seen many students who have qualified in first attempt, second attempt, or third attempt also. And when we meet them later after they have joined the service, maybe 3 years of service, 4 years of service, it is an amazing experience to know how drastically a person gets modified after getting into the service. Okay, so obviously, to know all these things, you should be definitely attending this 3 day conclave, which is an initiative of an academy. Okay, so I'll take up the questions later on. Okay, so let us move to the topic of today's class, that is what should be your optional subject. Okay, myself, MD Rizwan Ahmed. I'm educator at an academy. I've been teaching at an academy for last 2 years, and I have been teaching for civil services and coaching civil services aspirant last 15 years. My areas of specialization are geography optional, general studies geography, ecology and environment, and disaster management. Okay. On Unacademy also I teach these subjects in all the batches as well as exclusive course of the optional subject. Okay. So I'll be sharing you today, those who are new, those who are planning to prepare for the civil services, what can be the most important thing about optional. This class is important not only for geography as an optional subject, in general also, what things you should keep in mind when you opt for any subject as an optional subject. Okay, so let us begin. So in today's session, we will discuss about the scope of geography as an optional subject in UPSC mains. What should be the criteria for selection of the optional? What should be the strategy for scoring in geography optional subject? And what can be the approach in writing answers. ठीक है. Now, to begin with, I hope everyone has joined. And first important thing, you can be in touch with me through this Telegram channel. I'm just pinning here. You can directly join by clicking on this link. Okay, and through this Telegram channel, you will be getting information about all the free classes. Okay, free classes as well as the plus classes what I am taking, and in general also you can take my help in your preparation. Okay, so it is pinned. You can directly click there and join. Okay. Now let us begin. Why the optional plays an important role in this examination? As most of you are aware about the pattern of exam, we know that exam consists of prelims and mains and interview. Let us assume that you have qualified the prelims exam. Then in mains what you have? It is said that there is something unequal among the equals. This statement, understand, there is something unequal among the equals. It means that all those who are selected for writing the mains, they are going to write one exam, they are equal. But there should be something unequal among them. And what is that unequal? What is equal? Let us find. Okay, equal is you have general studies paper 1. I list out the subject how we classify them. GS paper 1, GS paper 2, and GS paper 3. There are three subjects. And then you have GS paper 4. What is GS paper 4? This is ethics, integrity, aptitude. Then you have essay. This is essay. And you have optional. Okay. And an optional subject. Okay. Now, what is there in GS1? You have history, geography, right? Then paper 2, you have polity and constitution, IR, these things are there. In paper 3, economy, science and technology, etc. Right? What generally the students will have when they are preparing for GS paper 1, 2, 3, almost every student who prepare refers some of the most common sources. They say everyone who is preparing for polity will refer Lakshmikant, you will be referring NCRT, you will refer Bipin Chandra, you will refer Modern India by Spectrum. Okay, there is something common resources. Nobody is going to read beyond this. Everyone, every teacher, including me, if you ask me what should be followed for geography, I'll say that refer NCRT and GC Leong, and almost every student will follow this. Right. And there is one more thing which is very common that everybody follows, and that is our boring Hindu newspaper. Okay, which is common source for everybody. So इसमें क्या होगा? That whenever you write the answer, okay, almost the answer for this subject is similar. Okay, it is similar. That is known as equals. Are you able to understand this? Okay, the content of the answer, the content what you are deriving, the sources are common. NCRT, you cannot bring a drastic change in your answers in these GS 1, 2, and 3. That is why more or less the marks also will be on the common level. Are you able to appreciate what I am saying? Please understand these things properly. So यहाँ पर this is 250 marks, this is 250, this is 250. Even if you take topper here, he will get 105. Those who have not qualified will get 95. Okay, 95. Like that, there is hardly a difference of 10 to 15 marks between who have qualified or who have not qualified. Means what? These subjects do not make much difference. You cannot make a much difference from this subject. ठीक है? Are you getting? I'm talking about those who are well prepared, those who have followed everything, every instruction. Okay. But what about essay, ethics, and optional? Essay, ethics, and optional. Whatever may be the level of preparation, no two students will write same essay, right? No student will answer the case study in ethics in the same way. And maybe the UPSC is giving us a scope to select the different optional here. Somebody will have geography, someone has history, someone has public administration. In this way, optional also will be different here. Okay, so in this way this is known as what? Unequal. And this is going to make the difference, and this will determine, these three subjects will determine whether you are going to get into service or not. Are you able to understand this? है ना? शायद सबको समझ में आ रहा है what I mean to say. That is what I say, unequal among equals. Unequal among equal. This is very, very important for any student who is entering into the preparation to understand this. ठीक है? And out of this, essay has the weightage of 250, ethics has the weightage of 250, optional has a weightage of 500. Now you tell me, what is the most important thing, unequal thing that determines your selection? You yourself will answer this. Because of the weightage, it becomes what? Optional. Right? So that diversity, okay, that diversity, that marks what are essential for clearing and getting into service. Okay, getting into service, you will be getting from the optional subject. Okay, so I repeat here, optional will decide whether you will qualify for interview or not. Okay, or finally whether you are going to get into service or not. This is decided by not your GS. It is not decided by Hindu. It is not decided by current affairs. It is not decided by NCRT. It is decided by these three subjects, and more specifically decided by optional. ठीक है? So in last 15 years of my teaching experience, I have seen there were very average students of mine who were not very good in history, they were not very good in IR, or they were not good in science and technology. They managed to get something like 90 in GS 1, 2, 3, but they scored like 140 and 290, 300, 310 in optional subject, and they were able to enter into service. Others, they were excellent in GS. They have done everything in NCRT. आप ये बता, एक ऐसा बंदा जो जिसको आप पूछेंगे कि NCRT में ये कहाँ मिलेगा, he will tell the reference, he will tell the page number also. That type of students I have seen, but the problem with them was they never crossed like 210, 220 in optional subject, and they were not able to clear this exam. Right? So don't understand that your preparation is all about GS, your preparation is all about Hindu paper. Okay, and don't feel that if you read Hindu you have done something very big. This is very minute part of your preparation that is not going to, it is not going to get you into service. It will definitely make you feel that you are doing something great. Hindu will make you feel that, but not getting into service. Right? So I hope this is clear. So this is the significance. I am very much concise in this. This is the significance of the optional subject. Now the second point comes that how to choose optional. What should be the criteria? Okay, what should be the criteria for selection of the optional subject? Okay, right? So here, first and foremost criteria of the selection of the optional subject is what? Interest. You should find interest in that subject. Okay, means you should, what is meaning of interest? You should have an urge, right? You should have, you can say that a feeling that I should read it, I should explore it more. Okay, that is known as interest. Okay, what is meaning of not interested? Means that after studying for 1 hour to 1.5 hour, you feel that you are tired. Okay, that is one criteria, one of the criteria where you can say that you are not interested in the subject. Okay, interest. And second is compatibility. Okay, compatibility. What is meaning of compatibility? That whether the subject is suitable for your way of thinking. See, some students will be having a philosophical mindset. Some students may have a logical mindset, some students may have a factual mindset. Okay, now you can understand by your own, okay, what type of personality you are. Okay, this depends on what graduation you are also from. Suppose you are from engineering or any science background, any professional studies, okay, obviously your thinking is more logical, right? अगर आपका factual है means you are kind of a person who have cleared all your previous exam by doing ratti patta kind of thing without understanding anything. Okay, that kind of thing is known as factual. Okay, जो आप रटते हैं, है ना? तो आजकल रटने का system है, तो that is another way, right? And something you are philosophical. Okay, so that will be so. These are a kind of personalities. So you have to think whether that subject suits you, right? Suppose let us take an example. He is a philosophical kind of person and he studies physics. Is it is not compatible, right? This is not compatible. Whatever may be, what physics might be good, he will prove that everything is wrong. Okay, right? Because his mindset is not tuned to the mind requirement of the subject. Okay, so compatibility, this is important. Third is you should be having availability of standard books or some material for this. Okay, uh, concise books are available. Okay, because you cannot have much uh, like big number for you cannot say that I'll study 20 books, 30 books, less number of books, limited books, okay, which are there for UPSC. And the second is, or last one is, you need someone to guide for optional. Okay, I'm not saying in gs it is not necessary. Okay, sometimes you can prepare for gs by your own, but for optional it is required. Okay, for optional you need someone to help you. I'm not saying that coaching always. I'll say that some senior, somebody who has qualified, somebody should be there to guide you how to prepare that subject, because you need to complete the preparation of optional in 4 to 5 months maximum. Maximum 4 to 5 months, and your target should be, you should get around 300 marks, more than 250. Around 300 is considered as good. This is our target in optional. It can be more than 300 also, but that is another case. But primarily you should be getting this much, that is above 200 and 250 and near to 300. Okay, this should be there. So 4 to 5 months of preparation. Why I am saying this? Now, what is UPSC saying about optional? UPSC says that the syllabus of the optional is more than graduation and it is less than post graduation. Okay, यानी ये कुछ बीच में है. Okay, जैसे you take example of geography, the syllabus of geography is more than graduation geography. 3 months BA से ज़्यादा है, and it is less than MA geography. So it is in intermediate. Okay, it is between these two. Now it means that this syllabus, if you want to study in university, it will be taught in 3 years of graduation plus 2 years of post graduation, 5 years. The same 5 year syllabus which is there in university has to be completed in 5 months. That is why you need somebody to teach it, right? Otherwise, ये भी पंचवर्षीय योजना बन जाएगा. समझ रहे हैं बात को? Okay, why you need a faculty? Okay, this is because this 5 year syllabus is to be completed in 4 to 5 months. It is not an easy task. Many a times student may get lost, confused in lot of information of the subject. ठीक है, तो इसलिए आपको ये कोई फैकल्टी का जरूरत है. एंड द फैकल्टी मीन्स, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट somebody who is teaching in university. We particularly consider faculty means somebody who has experience of teaching for UPS, है ना? तो इसमें थोड़ा सा स्पेसिफिक है. Why? Because if you go to the university faculty, he will follow the same thing. He will not change for you, है ना? अगर आप, कई बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं They will say that I have a relative who is a university professor. So if you go to that professor, uh, like I am teaching for optional for so many years, what I'll do, I'll complete at least 2 to 3 topics in one class. If you go to the professor, he will complete the same topic in 1 month. तो उनका पेस वैसे ही चलेगा. Okay, so that will not, I'm not doubting about the knowledge. It is the problem that they may not complete it in time, right? तो उनसे ये नहीं हो पाएगा. Okay, तो we need people who have taught with this space. Okay, this space for UPSC. ठीक है. For yes, you can get catch hold of this professor to ask particular doubt. Okay, तो वो अच्छी तरह से वो particular doubt को समझा देंगे. Okay, but you cannot depend on them for completing the syllabus, right? So this is the criteria. I hope that it is clear. Right now, next is that what are the myths? What are the myths in selection of the optional, or what you should not consider in selection of the optional? Number one is some optional are really scoring. Okay, so somebody will say that this is scoring. Okay, this is scoring. Now this may be scoring for him, but not for everybody. This is a question of compatibility. Okay, scoring is a subjective phenomenon. Okay, it may not be scoring for everyone like it was scored by an individual. Number two, that the syllabus of particular optional is short. No optional as such is having a short syllabus. Every optional will have 20 chapters, almost the same. Okay, but maybe some syllabus is in detail, some is not in detail. मतलब उसमें कुछ hidden topics होते हैं. Only main topic is written, sub topics are not given in the syllabus. So this kind of things will be there. Okay, so no syllabus is short. Every subject requires 4 months of study to complete. Every optional requires 4 months. Okay, number three is the very big problem you have, that is with overlap with what? GS. Okay, overlap with GS. Because it is overlapping with GS, I should select the optional. No, if you select optional, yes, you will get the benefit in GS. Like in how much? Let us say you are selecting geography optional for geography GS. How much difference you can make in GS paper 1? As I told you, maybe 5 marks. If you don't select a geography optional, still you may have the same score. Okay, it will not make much difference here, because problem I said, all the students who are preparing for GS almost follow the same sources. Their pattern, the way of representing the answers will be same. Okay, so not for the sake of GS. Do not select the optional for the sake of GS. You have to select optional for the sake of optional itself. Your objective should be to score more than 250 marks. There 5 or 10 mark benefit hoga, that you just ignore. Okay, so overlap with GS, yes, if it is overlapping, it will give you comfort, but that should not be a criteria. See, every subject has overlap. Popular optional has overlap. Public administration overlaps with polity. History से overlap करेगा. Political science with IR. Okay, then you say geography with geography part. Like that, most of the popular optional will have some overlap, but that should not be criteria, because if I take geography, I still have to study polity. I still have to study IR. But I cannot say that for studying all the subjects of GS, I'll take all the optional. No, right? So these are the three things you should not take into consideration for selecting the optional. And last is what people say, what toppers generally say. Topper already has cleared the exam, he has his own view of looking at the things. ठीक है? तो टॉपर का अपना क्राइटेरिया होता है, उनका परसेप्शन इज डिफरेंट. व्हेन यू क्वालिफाई योर परसेप्शन विल बी डिफरेंट. ओके, if you don't qualify your perception is different. That framework of looking at the things will drastically change, okay, drastically change from this side to that side, right? In one day you'll find, yesterday before result, if you have asked, I have experimented this, okay, that before result, like result was about to be announced, I asked the person, okay, कि भाई क्या होगा, now you have given interview and all, said sir अब तो ऊपर वाला ही मालिक है, देखते हैं क्या होता है, लास्ट टाइम तो कुछ नहीं हुआ था, इस बार देखते हैं. Okay, he was not very confident, but result was announced, he came within 150 rank. Okay, he got IPS. Okay, he got IPS. Then the same person started saying in all this media that I worked hard and I was studying so many books. I studied NCRT from 6 to 12 and all that. Okay, you ask me what he has done, the story is completely different, right? So, are you able to understand? So, that side and this side, you are on this side, you are with me, right? So, our idea is to clear the exam. A person who has cleared the exam, उसके लिए तो बहुत आसान लगेगा, because he is in some very gloomy thing, right? ठीक है, चलिए, तो ये होगा maths. Now come to geography. Okay, come to geography as an optional subject. Okay, so based on what we have discussed, okay, what we have discussed is your decision about the optional is very serious. Okay, it should be very serious and it should be thoughtful. You take time to decide. Okay, take time to decide. You start attending the GS classes, you will slowly come to know what is suitable for you, then decide the optional. You attend GS for 1 or 2 months, then later on decide optional. Don't be in hurry about deciding the optional subject. Okay, still you can join the Telegram group, there you will be able to get some suggestion. Now what about geography? See, first thing, to be clear and direct, I'll say geography is a logical subject. Okay, logical subject. It is very scientific. Okay, it is not a pure humanities. It is not like history. It is not like sociology. It is a technical and scientific subject. It requires a technical background. Matlab, if you are from engineering, if you are from any science background, okay, any professional studies, okay, then only this subject will be more compatible with you. If you are coming from humanity, pure humanity, जैसे कि history, or you come from commerce, if you come from the subjects like philosophy, these may not be that helpful for you. Okay, right? I'm very straightforward here, I'm not keeping you in any dark. Okay, ये सब्जेक्ट उन्हीं बच्चों के लिए यूजफुल है जो टेक्निकल, साइंटिफिक, लॉजिकल बैकग्राउंड या ग्रेजुएशन से आते हैं. ओके, because today's geography what we are teaching is completely different from the geography what was taught 20 years back. 20 years back most of the geography was a part of BA. Now UN has changed the situation of the subject. Now it is taught in, because of all these technological development जैसे GIS, remote sensing, geoinformatics. अब ये क्या हो रहा है, काफी scientific subject बनता जा रहा है. ठीक है, yes. Now next is it has a elaborated syllabus. Okay, elaborated syllabus means every point is very clearly mentioned in the syllabus, right? That is why it looks to be lengthy, and looks to be lengthy. Why it is looking lengthy? Because many of you might have come to know that geography is a lengthy subject. Lengthy, why it is lengthy? Reason is everything the UPSC has given in the syllabus. No, what you say, हिडन चार्जेस है ना, कभी आप कुछ खरीदते हैं तो होगा हिडन चार्जेस होते हैं, कंडीशंस अप्लाई, इस तरह का कंडीशंस ज्योग्राफी में नहीं है. ओके, ठीक है. सो elaborated and syllabus, then it has most of the syllabus is static. Static means you'll find 70% of the syllabus is static. You need not worry about current affairs linkages here. That advantage is there, definitely. है ना? Suppose you take political science or public administration, day-to-day conditions you have to connect with current affairs. Here 70 to 75% is static. It will not change. At least it will not change in next 5-10 years. Okay. Now, if you say that there are volcanoes or earthquake or Himalayas, they are not going to change. Okay, so all these geographical phenomenon are relatively very slow. Okay, relatively very slow. So we have an advantage here, right? Static syllabus, and you can say that when you prepare geography, you need not prepare or 40% of optional syllabus will be a part of GS. But again, I am cautioning here, it doesn't mean that you should take based on these criteria. Lekin yes, if you are doing optional, you need not separately prepare for GS. Are you getting this? You need not separately prepare for GS. Okay? So these are the things which gives us a better picture about optional. Okay? Now, what are the basic books you need to follow when you start the optional preparation? I'll suggest here the foundation of optional can be from two books. One is NCRT class 11 plus GC Leon. Okay, ये foundation होगा, right? Plus one atlas you can keep, that is your Orient Black Swan Atlas or Oxford. ठीक है, this is foundation. This is required for GS also. Anybody who is preparing should do this, irrespective of whether you take geography as an optional or not. Okay, then coming to the optional particularly. Okay, optional part. तो first आप ये prepare करो, है ना? Those who are going for self study mode, okay, self study mode, you prepare this first. Then in optional, paper 1, section A, what is there? Physical geography, 5 chapters will be there. This will be prepared from one book, that is Savinder Singh. Physical geography by Savinder Singh. Okay? And you can also use this book, that is Geography Made Simple by Rupa series publication. Okay, some topics you'll find here. Section B of paper 1, this is human geography. You can depend on human geography by Majid Hussain sir. Okay. And geographical thought by Sudipta Adhikari, right? And then you have settlement geography by Sumita Ghosh. Settlement geography by Sumita Ghosh. ठीक है, ये these 3 books are sufficient to cover most of the syllabus of human geography. Okay, but good thing is that for paper 1 and paper 2, maybe by end of July, the book which is authored by me, that will be published. Okay, that will be published by TMH. Okay, Tata McGraw-Hill book will be published. So that also you can, which will cover like most of the syllabus, 90% of the syllabus, according to or based on the UPSC syllabus or UPSC notification that will be covered. Okay, okay. So this is, and paper 2 you can follow one book simply, that is by Indian geography. All the chapters will be covered here. Indian geography by D.R. Fuller. Okay, this, or you can follow anyone, R.C. Tiwari, D.R. Fuller or R.C. Tiwari. ठीक है, तो ये है main books of optional. Apart from that, here and there scattered topics are there that you will come to know when you are attending the class. Specific topic के लिए कुछ specific books होते हैं, so that you can do. But major 80 to 85% of the syllabus will be covered from this book. First focus on this part, then you can go for the other subject. ठीक है. So is it clear? So I hope that most of the questions related to this I have answered. Now, so as I told you that, see, in selection of the optional, as Prajwal is asking, what is the most important thing is your interest in the subject. See, some students, they don't come from the background, but they are still interested in that subject. That should be also considered as an important criteria. Okay, if you, even if you are coming from background, you don't have an interest in the subject, you can't do anything. Okay, but even let us say you're from commerce but you are developing an interest in geography, yes, you can prepare for geography, you can score in geography. As far as scores are concerned, as far as what are the previous, you can easily score up to 280, okay, in this subject. Okay, remaining depends on what efforts you put, how you can take up the answer writing and all that. Okay, so these are the major takeaways in the optional. Now, if you have any specific, now see here, as far as Unacademy is concerned, you have this subscription or plus courses are there. These are all structured courses. Batches are in Hindi, English, and bilingual. Okay, and there are 1 year and 2 year batches. This will cover the entire syllabus. You will find the subjects of that is all the optional here, the prelims test series, mains test series. Okay, and these are the features of the plus courses. Okay, and so for 2021 on Unacademy, there are 3 batches which are going on. We have just started with bilingual GS batch, which will be in Hindi and English for 2021. Then there is exclusive Hindi medium, Hindi माध्यम के लिए अलग से batch है, that is 2021, and there is an expedition batch that is exclusive English batch. Okay, so in this I am teaching geography and ecology, other things. ठीक है, so these are the, we can say, the characteristic or features of the batches. Okay, you can go through that, and when you subscribe to the plus courses, okay, you can go in this way. You can go for get subscription and you can select whatever 12 or 24 months, and you can use my code for subscribing all these courses including geography optional, that is Rizwan YT10. Okay, so this code will give you a discount of 10% on your subscription fees. Okay, and now I am taking some doubts. If you are at all having, you can just post any doubt. No, you can go with the self-study also, Animesh. It is not that only anybody who is preparing, whether you are preparing with some help or you are doing it self-study, you have to follow these books. Okay. See, for selection, I told you, attend the GS class. Attend the GS class, you will come to know what are the inclination of your inclination, what you are understanding in a better way. Based on that, you can attend or you can select. Paper 2 of that is geography will consist of various current affairs in geography that will be in Indian geography. Indian geography may be good chapters such as agriculture, transportation. Then you have to use the current affairs, current policies has to be there. Okay. See, when you are completing geography, you have to complete in time frame. So 4 to 5 months it will take. You can give 2.5 months for paper one and 1.5 month for paper two. Paper two will require less time. Okay? Yes. And see, NCRT it is not necessary to go from 6 to 12. You can only study 11th and 12th NCRT. Yeah, remaining information in detail you will get on the Telegram channel. Okay, you can just join the Telegram link, right? So you can click on the Telegram link. I have, yeah, see, answer writing in geography again, that has a different dimension. Like geography is more about representing certain things. Okay, representation. Represent, it is half concept and half representation. Okay, so representation may you have to look into the use of maps, diagram, flow chart. These are the things which makes the optional answer more appropriate, more exact. Okay, right? Optional, already optional batch we have started. We are in paper one only. You can join the optional batch now. Anuj. ठीक है? Yes, that is what I am saying. Ayush, अगर आपको interest है, that is the first and foremost criteria for selection of the subject. Even though if you are not, forget about background. I have just talked about background to ease the things related to selection. But still, if you are not from such background also, you feel the subject interested, yes, you can take it. ठीक है? ड्राइंग यू विल लर्न. ड्राइंग इसमें कोई ऐसा फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग वगैरह नहीं लगता है. इट इज मोस्टली अबाउट मैप्स. ओके. Yes, you can opt for this optional. Okay, you're asking industrial engineering, so you can. Yes. Indian geography. Okay, Indian geography by Majid Hussain sir. This is okay. See, if you're writing answer, please take the help of some faculty, get it evaluated. Okay, because in optional you may not be knowing about what is correct and what is not correct. Okay. See, highest marks, one student will get highest marks. The highest marks are like, that cannot be a criteria. Okay, that cannot be a criteria. You say that what majority of the students are getting, they get around 280, 290, 300. These are the, but only advantage with geography is it is consistent. Consistent in the sense you don't have much fluctuations in the marks. That is, sometimes it will not go very high, sometimes it will not go very low. There is some consistency in geography. Okay, that type of fluctuations you will not find. Okay. Obviously first paper has to be completed first, not paper 2. If you understand paper 1, paper 2 is about applying the principles of geography to Indian scenario. Principles you will study in paper 1, apply it to India in paper 2. Paper 2 is Indian geography, paper 1 is principles of geography. Yes, you can take geography. What is your name? Kaushik. You know? So it's not a problem. Okay, even though you are coming from English background. Okay, you just look at NCRT, you just try to understand. Even there are my free classes available. Okay, you can attend that classes also. You will come to know what is the depth of the subject. Okay, if you find it interesting, you can decide. See, developing drawing skill in optional, this is more about practice. You cannot just imagine about drawing. You have to practice on paper. Previous year questions, they are not very useful in mains, है ना? Previous year is only useful in prelims. ठीक है? My book will be available from July end. Okay, because of lockdown it got delayed, so it will be published by Tata McGraw-Hill, and this will cover most of your syllabus. Okay, it's around 700 pages, so most of, or 75 to 80% of the syllabus will be covered in that book. It will be available on Amazon also. ठीक है, magazines in geography you will be doing like Down to Earth, Yojana, Kurukshetra, Geography and You. Okay, these are the main magazines that you are to prepare. See, on an average, you have to prepare at least 2.5 hours per day if you want to complete optional, or 3 hours per day optional in 4 months. Okay, so I think I have answered most of the doubts. And again, I have pinned here the Telegram link if you are still not able to find. Right, so please click on Telegram link, and this is, I hope that whatever information I have given, this is giving you some insight about what to be done for the optional subject. Remaining, you can just post me if at all any help is required. Okay, so thank you for attending this class. Okay, so we'll meet in free special classes also. Okay, you can join me, you can go to my profile, click on the notification link, and you will be getting all the notification about the classes what I am taking, free as well as class. Okay.